In the northwest corner of Beijing lies a breathtaking world of tranquil lakes, willow trees, and winding pathways. This is the Summer Palace. Once the private playground of royalty, it is now a symbol of beauty, grandeur, and resilience. But beneath its serene surface lies a story of destruction, power, and the iron will of one woman, Empress Dowager Cixi. Originally built in the 18th century, the first summer palace, known as the Yuanming Yuan, was a fusion of Chinese and European palace designs. It was created to be a paradise on earth. It was a garden inspired by the beautiful landscapes of southern China. It featured winding paths, ornate pavilions, 3 artificial lakes, and man-made hills. It reflected the ideal harmony between man and nature. But this paradise was twice reduced to ashes. Its harmony was shattered by the Second Opium War. In 1860, invading British and French troops looted and burned the imperial gardens and palaces. Then, again in 1900, during the Boxer Rebellion, foreign soldiers returned, bringing fire and destruction once more. To many Chinese, these events became symbols of humiliation, yet also inspired calls to rebuild and a deep desire for cultural preservation. Rising from the ashes was one of history's most formidable women, Empress Dowager Cixi, once a concubine. She became the de facto ruler of China for nearly half a century, and the Summer Palace. It became her favorite refuge and her command center. After the 1860 destruction, Cixi poured resources into restoring and expanding the Summer Palace. She turned it into a luxurious retreat. Even after her adopted son, Emperor Guangxu, officially came of age, Cixi continued to rule from behind a silk screen. She loved it here, amidst its pavilions, lotus ponds, and tranquil lakes. But her grand vision came at a price. Her passion for the Summer Palace brought controversy. Cixi diverted funds, money meant to modernize China's navy with warships, and instead used them to rebuild the palace. This was at a time when the empire desperately needed to defend itself against foreign powers. One of the most striking symbols of this extravagance is the marble boat. Restored in 1893, it looks like stone, but much of it is painted wood, a decorative pleasure barge meant to impress, not sail. So when China lost a naval war to Japan in 1895, many blamed Cixi for leaving the nation vulnerable. Yet the palace she created was undeniably magnificent. The palace spans over 700 acres, with more than 3,000 buildings spread across hills, gardens, and lakes. Every structure was placed with intention, symbolizing cosmic harmony and imperial order. The long corridor stretches for over 700 meters, its beams covered with more than 14,000 paintings. The Garden of Harmonious Interests evokes classical southern gardens of Suzhou. On the north slope of Longevity Hill, Tibetan-style temples rose into the mist. Each corner of the complex was a tribute to China's vast cultural landscape, a tapestry of artistry, tradition, and imperial control. Life inside the palace was one of luxury and ritual. Silken robes rustled through echoing halls. Delicate porcelain, jade ornaments, and other treasures filled the private quarters. Decisions that shaped China were quietly made as Cixi moved through painted corridors, wielding her power far from the Forbidden City. It was here, amid lotus blossoms and cloud-reflecting water, that the Empress ruled. This was more than a retreat. It was a command center cloaked in tranquility. After the fall of the Qing dynasty in 1911, the Summer Palace became a public park. Today it remains a powerful symbol. It stands as both a memory of imperial glory and a symbol of China's endurance. The Summer Palace endures, still grand, still tranquil, a place of beauty and of memory, of the Empress who ruled from the water's edge. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again for more stories.